Okay, in this video, we're going to solve this problem right here. And so let's begin. And so first, what I'm going to do is rewrite what we have. So let's do that. So the numerator, we're going to have e raised to x raised to 4, close parentheses. The denominator, instead of having the square root symbol, I'm going to say parentheses x minus 2, close it, raise it to 1/2. That's equivalent. At this point, we're going to go ahead and use the quotient rule. So low d high minus high d low divided by the square root of what's below. So low is our denominator. So we have x minus 2, close it, raise it to 1/2. D high, derivative of our numerator, e raised it to x raised it to 4, close it. Low d high minus high, so our numerator, e raised it to x raised it to 4, close it. Then the derivative of our denominator, so x minus 2, close it, raise it to 1/2, divided by the square root of what's below. So we take our denominator and we square it. So right now our exponent is 1/2. When you square it, you're going to multiply by 2, so it cancels out. And so we get the power of 1. So x minus 2, raise it to 1, or just x minus 2. At this point, we can clean up a little bit. So we have parentheses x minus 2, close it, raise it to 1/2. Now the derivative of e raised to x is just e raised to x. So we're going to get e raised it to x raised it to 4. Then we're going to take the derivative of x raised to 4. The derivative of x raised to 4 is 4x cubed, minus we have this piece, e raise it to x raise it to 4, times, we take the derivative of this piece, so the 1/2 will go in the front, parentheses, we keep the inside, so x minus 2, we raise it to 1/2 minus 1, so negative 1/2. Then we take the derivative of the inside piece, the derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of 2 is 0, so you can multiply by 1 if you want, divided by x minus 2. At this point, we can kind of clean up a little bit. So we have like a minus sign, so we can separate them into two parts. So we have 4x cubed, so I'm going to write that down, 4x cubed. We have e raised to x raised to 4, so e raised to x raised to 4, divided by, this is our denominator, x minus 2, but we also have x minus 2 raised to 1/2. So what we can do is actually split them up. So this is the power of 1, this is the power of 1/2. So now we can say we have parentheses x minus 2, raise it to 1/2. So 1 minus 1/2. So what we just took care of is this piece, and this piece. So now we have to do this piece. So minus. Now we have 1/2 in the numerator. We can go ahead and bring it down to the denominator. We have e raised to x raised to 4 times 1. So that's what we get. E raised to x raised to 4. And this piece is x minus 2 raised to negative 1/2. So we can bring this down to the denominator. So we have 1 plus 1/2. So we're going to get x minus 2, raise it to 3/2. And if you want to do one more step, I suppose you could go ahead and rewrite this as 4x cubed, e raise it to x raise it to 4. And the denominator, instead of saying raise it to 1/2, you could say the whole square root symbol, because that's what we initially started with. So x minus 2 minus, now we can just keep this piece. So e raise it to x raise it to 4, divided by 2, parentheses, x minus 2, close it, raise it to 3/2. And so this right here is your final answer. And that's all we need to do for this problem.